Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right. So we all are manifesting our words today, right? Oh gosh, Janelle's in class. Oh my word, she's actually doing a training session. Okay. So Teresa's word is empowered. Alanda's word is proud. Piliswa's word is encouraged. Beautiful words. Okay, let's hear some more words. So everybody, you're doing one manifestation word that is how you want your day or how you want to feel after this session. Okay, so Corin says, fabulous. Great stuff. Any more? Any more words? Welcome, Danae. Nice to have you here. Topsy says enlightened. Okay, well, that's pretty easy. I'm going to make sure that happens. Callan says progress. Good. Nice words. Okay, that sounds great. All right, so while we are waiting and other people are putting their word, Janelle says determined. Alanda says after her session, sorry, encouraged. I like proud, Alanda. That word is very nice. I like the word proud. You must leave it. Proud and encouraged. How's that? Okay. It's a very powerful word, that word proud. It's awesome. Oh, Surieta. Okay, nice. Surieta wants to feel informed. That's brilliant. Okay, so before I go on to the presentation, who here has never heard of, when I turn my, don't worry, you can leave your camera off. It's fine. I'm actually quite used to talking to myself, Kellen, so it's pretty good. I've become this like, and I'm looking at Teresa, so at least I'm talking to someone. I've become a pro at it that I do it all the time. And my children say, Mom, what are you doing? And I go, well, I'm talking to myself like I do on our coaching sessions. Okay, so who of you have never heard of DISC? So DISC, personality profiling. Some people call it behavioral profiling. Who has never, ever heard of it and never, ever worked with it and never done it on themselves? So there's 3 questions for you. So never heard of it, never done it on themselves. And okay, so Topsy says her. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, that means everybody else, and Piliswa neither. Okay, right, perfect. So the rest of you have all heard of it and done it on yourselves, correct? Okay, so can I hear from all of you who are here right now, what is, or what do you think, you shouldn't really think, you should know, is your, on this call, personality profile? So what is your, are you a primary D and a secondary I? Are you a primary C and a secondary S? Type in the chat box what you are. Hello, Francisco. He's just jumped on.
Sorry, I was struggling to log in.
No, don't stress. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so Surieta says, so you mean primary D, secondary I. Surieta, is that correct? Eh? So you're all going to put your primary first and your secondary second. Okay, so Teresa can't remember. Okay. Anybody else remember yours? Anybody else remember their DISC profiles? And I'm asking this for a reason, but I'll tell you in a minute. So let's see if anybody else can remember. Okay, so Callan says primary I, secondary. Do you remember that at all? Oh, brilliant, Surieta. Well done. Okay, nice. I'm very happy you did that with all your staff. Well done. Okay, so I see lots of you either don't remember or you don't actually know and not admitting to it as quickly as Teresa admitted it to it. Okay, so I think secondary was D or S, need to have a check. Okay, awesome. Karen says primary D, secondary I. Okay. Anybody else remember their profiles? Okay, so while you're trying to remember, next question for you, and then I'm going to dive right in. Does anybody understand or know, can give me the reason why DISC profiling of yourself and your team is so critically vital? Why? And you can unmute if you want to say it, or you can type it in. Why is this such an important part of what we do and how we recruit, by the way? Because it's not only why should we know this information, but why should we be recruiting using DISC? Okay, so let's have a listen. Or let me have a, hello, Lucia, nice to have you here, darling. Okay, is anybody going to share with me why important? Hello, Lucia. Okay, so you have to magnify, support, grow your staff's strengths, not their weaknesses. Yes, vitally important. Okay. And then how about on the recruitment front? Anybody know why it is so important to recruit using DISC? Have a think. Let's have a think. So while you're thinking, if anybody's typing away, that's great. So I'm going to start first of all with why it's so important that you do the DISC analysis or personality profiling. First of all, on yourself as the leader. So staff gets along, yes. I think to see how the staff gets along with each other to recruit the right people in your team and have a strong team. Yes, correct. Also, at the end of the little presentation I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios of SPA teams, and they are actual scenarios, okay? So they're not make-believe ones. I've just sort of, I haven't given you the SPA's names. And what we're going to do today, which is the most powerful way to understand this, is we're going to analyze what is that business missing? What have they got too much of? Where are the potential clashes in that business? And this is when this becomes powerful. So it doesn't, I just want to give you what doesn't help. It doesn't help for you to do these personality tests with your team. And then you look at all the information and you go, oh, that's so nice. Marie's is a RS and this one's a CI and this one, and that's it. So you think you know what everybody is. Absolutely not. Okay. That is only the first step of this DISC, is for you to fill it in. First of all, you have to fill it in first, right? And then for your team to fill it in. Then you get the team together and you're basically you're more than welcome to use the presentation I'm about to show you, but you need to go through this and at the end show your team the summary so that they understand what this business looks like. And from there, you can make decisions like, and you'll see on the 2 scenarios I'm going to show you, they're so obvious. You're going to go, oh my word, I don't have enough R's in this business. I don't have enough C's. That's why our stock counts are so difficult, because we don't have C personalities in our business. So you will be able to very quickly identify where the shortcomings in your team are. And that is what's so important. So all of you who get very frustrated and say, oh, my team can't do this and they can't do this, and you need to take a step back and look at, well, why can't they do it? Perhaps that's just not how they're wired, and you think that you're hiring that person for that particular skill, but that is not their strength and their passion either. Okay, so Thelma says, have a blend of personalities and certain characteristics for certain areas in your SPA. Nail on the head, Thelma. Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly. Tell me if you can see it. Just say yay. Thumbs up. Can you see it? Okay, I'm going to put it on full screen. Right. Okay, so I'm going to quickly take you through the personality profiling and why this is so important that you do it with your team members and what you are looking for when you are profiling. So you're not just looking for, oh, I'm a big D. You're looking for certain characteristics and you're looking for certain personality traits that are showing through. Okay, so the D style personality. So there, the word often says, and how to describe it comes with the same letters often. So you've got driven, direct, determined, decisive, daring. Most of the D words there, okay, are there to remind you. And then you've got fast-paced, self-confident, and strong-willed. How do you tell a D personality from a mile away? Quite simply, they're motivated by power and authority. They love to win. So if ever you have any competitions with your teammates, the Ds are super competitive, okay? They get an energy burst out of success. They want to see results. They don't like loss of control. And another thing, something that a D struggles with is showing vulnerability. They don't like to show vulnerability because they like to be these very well put together, in charge kind of people. Okay, so those are your D characteristics. So this is something interesting because when you start to split DI, DC, D, you sort of they've categorized what becomes most important for that personality. So if somebody were a full D, only D in their column, nothing else, their priorities would revolve around results, number one. That's all a D wants to see is results, action, and challenge. They take action and they love challenges. And it's in that priority list. Results comes first, action second, challenge third. Then you start to mix the Ds. So let's say a DC, by the way. DCs like challenges. Okay, that's why really good spa managers, good general managers of businesses, good department heads are DC personalities because they like to get the challenge of improving the business, okay? From the challenge, they want to see results and they need accuracy in their business, and that's where the C comes in, okay? So making sure that their cost of goods percentage is accurate. That comes from a C personality, nobody else. Then we've got DI personalities. They like the action first. They want to dive in and they want to take action first, see the results from their action, and they show enthusiasm in that whole pie. So this is just almost adding in to the D so that you can see how their priorities shift when you change them from an exclusively D to having a DC. That's where the word accuracy comes in, and the DI, the word enthusiasm, comes in. Okay. So this just helps you to understand how D personalities set their priorities. A quote that a D person loves. This is again just for interest's sake for all of you. What is the point of playing if winning isn't the goal? That's a typical D. Okay, and our personality will say, well, what's the point of playing is fun isn't my goal. So whereas a D personality, no ways. They only play because there's something to gain or they're going to win from it. All right. So that just helps you to understand the Ds a little bit better. Now, very importantly, so for those of you who are managers and have a D personality, or you're owners and have HODs with a D personality, or you're managers and you have therapists with D personalities, this is where this becomes important. So it's not, often people say to me, well, Marisa, what do you do with that test that you keep making us do? Because the first thing I do when I get involved in a business is I do this. That's the first thing I go in with. And why? Because it makes me understand each and every individual that I'm dealing with. And I know how to press their buttons better than anyone else because I look at this form, not just at what are they a D or are they an R? I look at the words that they tick. That is what is important to me. So I'll show you all an example of what the sheet is that I work with. I don't work with the colors. I work with the words because I want to see what words are the people that are doing the test choosing to depict who they are. And I swear by those words. It tells me a big story about the people that I'm dealing with. So when you're communicating with D styles, you've got to give them the bottom line. There's no airy-fairy nonsense with them. So you don't go around about explaining how pretty this packaging is and it's got a red lid. They don't care. Okay, get to the bottom line. It is water and it costs 20 Rand. Done. Boom. Be brief and speak up. D personalities do not like whispering and they don't like talking like this. D personalities want to hear you loud and clear, quick and to the point. Focus your discussion narrowly, so don't depart from them. So I can tell a D personality quite quickly. They're those kind of people that in meetings look at their watch. You know, like out the side of their eye, they look at their watch in a meeting. You'll know that they're looking at the time. Means that they're bored. You're taking too long with them. That's the bottom line. Avoid generalizing with a D. So, you know, when you say, well, like a parent, I'll give you an example. You'll turn around and say, well, all your friends or the age, the grade average is 70% and you got 50%. That doesn't work with a D. You don't generalize with them. They're not interested in what the norm is. They're only interested in themselves. Okay. Refrain from repeating yourself and focus on solutions rather than problems. So Ds do not like it when you say to them, I have a problem. They don't like it. But what they do like to hear is, I've got a problem, but I've got a solution too. And I'd like you to hear my solution and tell me if you think I'm thinking along the right track. Okay. All right, I stop. Any questions about the Ds, everybody? So for those Ds in the room today, does this resonate with you? Any of these things sound like you? Perhaps maybe go in the chat box and let us know some of the words that maybe sound like you. Karen says yes, sounds like her. Okay, good stuff.
Don't laugh.
A little. I am laughing because you're not like full on D. You don't really focus your discussion narrowly, Karen. You focus your discussion very broadly. So I think you've got a lot of I in you, a lot. Teresa says, I am definitely a D. 100% you are. You don't know your second one, Teresa. I think you're a DC. I have a feeling we'll get there and you can let me know. Your like efficiency and things like that are very much a C personality, you know. All righty. Right, let's move on to an I personalities. Okay, so I personalities are charming, they enthusiastic, collaborative, energizing, trusting, optimistic, impulsive, persuasive. I like to call I's the life of the party. Have you ever heard of people talk about those kind of people? Well, the life of the party is definitely an I personality. They're motivated by social recognition. They love group activities. They value coaching, counseling. They love freedom of expression. They don't like to be ignored. So I think the worst thing you can do to any I personality is ignore their messages or their emails, or, you know, when you blue tick that you've read it and you don't answer them. I think that could drive an I personality absolutely insane. Okay. Whereas the D personality would say, well, they're busy, they're going to get back to me later. The I will go, oh my goodness me, they're ignoring me. Okay. So that's just goes with that bubbly I personality. If ever you see somebody walking in that is dressed to impress and turn heads, you must know that that's an I personality. They love to dress to be noticed. They love beautiful things. So an I personality doesn't know how to wrap a gift. They have to wrap it and ribbon it and matching tissue paper and little bows and all sorts. Everything for them must be a masterpiece and a work of art. So that's brilliant when you are looking to put people into your teams. The best salespeople on planet Earth are I personalities. Okay. So if you're ever looking for somebody in your sales department, or you want a therapist that is a strong retailer, best you look for an I personality. That is going to be your salesperson. And it's going to be the person that makes sure everything looks beautiful. You will always find an I personality making the stock on your shelves look neat and tidy and displays look beautiful. The D personality will say that the shelves are dirty. They won't clean it, but they'll point out that they need to be cleaned and that they're dirty. And the C personality will, if one of the boxes is sitting skewed, they'll straighten them up. That's what the C person, or if there's a gap, the C personality will close the gap and make sure that everything is in line. Okay. Rightio. Right. Let's look now at the I's and their priority. So if you have a straight I personality, their priority starts with enthusiasm first, then action, and then they love collaboration. They love to work in teams. If you have somebody who's an I and a D combined, so I primary, D secondary, they love to take action first, then enthusiasm, and then the D inside them creeps in, which is, I want to see results. And an I and an S personality. They love to work as a team, show enthusiasm, and then the S personality creeps in, which is, I want to support you. How do I help you? The S's are the helpers, okay? We're going to come to them in a second. So here is a typical I personality quote. Whoever is happy will make others happy too. Why? Because I personalities believe that happiness is contagious. They will come in and play music to make everybody happy. They will smile because they feel that a smile is contagious to the rest of their team. So everyone, I just want to tell you that to have happy teams, to have strong salespeople, and to have that cheer and the vibe in your business, you want more vibe, employ more eyes. You want stronger salespeople, employ more eyes. Okay, so that is 100% their strength. How do you communicate with an I? Because they, being so bubbly and so energetic and enthusiastic, they respond to certain communication styles. If you have to talk to an I in the direct manner that you talk to a D, they will be offended. You must understand that. So you've got to tweak your communication style when speaking to an I. You've got to share your experiences. You've got to allow them time to ask questions. You have to let them talk. Eyes want to be heard. You've got to focus on the positive. Don't overload them with detail. Their attention to detail is horrendous with an I, okay? Don't interrupt them. They don't like to be interrupted. And show respect for their energy and in their enthusiasm. Don't kill that, okay? That's what they love. And show respect for how optimistic they are. Don't try and kill the optimism in them. Alrighty, makes sense. Anybody know any I's in their lives, by the way? So I hope you're thinking of, I want you to try and position people in your business. If you are making any notes, I want you to, what could be interesting for you, if you haven't done this exercise with your team, I want you to make a list and put your staff in who you think they are before you've made them do the test. That's going to be amazing for you to see, do you really know who they are? And, you know, is your version of who they are and who they think they are two totally different things. Okay, so your S styles. So then I want to start off by telling you that the most caring, loving people on earth are S personalities. So nurses, psychologists, doctors, the best therapists, as in beauty therapists, from a nurturing and caring perspective, are S personalities. Why? Well, look at the words to describe them. They are calm, they are patient, they are predictable, because you know what they are going to do. They're stable, they're warm, they're passive, they're loyal, and they are deliberate. What motivates an S? Cooperations, opportunities to help. And here comes the most important thing that often our S personalities don't get from us: sincere appreciation. That is what is in our industry, especially our therapists. What do they want? Appreciation. They value loyalty, helping others. They value security. They don't like major changes. They don't like offending people. They are not confrontational. So don't put them in a situation where they have to go and speak to an angry guest. Wrong thing to do with an S personality, okay? Because they will actually run away from those kind of situations. Okay, so again, quickly having a look at an S. They want support first. This is very interesting. Support is number one priority to an S. Stability is second. Collaboration is third. Very different to that I and that D. Then SI. Okay, so for me, an SI therapist or an IS therapist is the best, because I'm getting a good retailer and I'm getting a caring, nurturing personality. And that's what you want from your therapists. So there's collaboration, support, enthusiasm. And then your SC personalities, stability, support, and then obviously accuracy. Okay, right. And there's your S quote. Their quote says, the invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common. Okay, this whole let's work as a community and collaborate together kind of personalities. Very importantly, everyone, if you don't want, a lot of people have often said to me, you know, I talk to my therapist and they shut off. They look at me like there's nothing happening. No information is going through. This is why. Because when you talk to an S personality, this is how you talk. You be personal with them. You be amiable. That means loving. You express interest in them. You are clear with what the expectation is. You take time to provide clarification. So are you sure? Yes, you are. Okay, let's do it together. Let's make sure that you understand this together. Be polite and don't be confrontational or aggressive or too loud for that matter, because that is personality shuts down. Have any of you ever, this has happened to me, been in a hospital situation and somebody raises their voice to the nurses? Has anybody ever seen what happens to a nurse when you raise your voice to her? Anybody notice or have they ever noticed it or seen it? So I've been in a situation a few times where that's happened, and actually the nurses turn around and walk away and say, sorry, you're not speaking to me like that. And off they go, not interested. So it's very important that you understand how to communicate to these different personality styles, and that's how you're going to get the best out of them. Okay, the last one is C1, and then we're going to do the case studies, and then we're done. Okay, so C personality is cautious, systematic, private, objective, analytical, diplomatic, accurate, reserved. They are motivated by opportunities to gain knowledge, show their expertise and quality of work. They value quality is important, accuracy is important, a challenge is important to them. And they also want to be systematic, do things in a way that doesn't waste time. They don't like it when people do slapdash work. They don't like it, okay? They don't like to be wrong, definitely not. And they don't take criticism very well, C personalities. So to describe a C personality in the best way is an accountant, is the perfect explanation of a C. So who do you put in a C position? A manager. Why do I say a manager should be a C personality? Can anybody think of why? You definitely put a manager. There's somebody else you would put in a C personality. There's somebody who does stock counting. You definitely don't put an I to do a stock count. Definitely not. But you would put an S personality or a C personality. Definitely yes. Okay, and why? Because C's are accurate. They pay attention to detail. They like things that balance. They want things to be correct. They want that word, correct, accurate, quality. That's where you put a C personality. Anybody doing quality control? C personality. Put them in there. Okay. Here goes quickly your C personalities. Look at their priorities. They value accuracy first. So that's the stock counter must be the C. Stability, challenge. Then you start to merge CS, stability, accuracy, support. And then you look at CDs, challenge, accuracy, and have my results. So that's why I said to you earlier on, the best managers that you can have in your business are D, C personalities. D because they're the leaders, C because accuracy. Admin, okay, people who are good at administrative skills are C personalities. All right, so it's not to say that a DI personality would be a bad manager. They would be a great manager. That just would be a manager that is not great at admin. That's all, okay? But they are great leaders and they're great inspirations and motivations to their team. So how you could support that kind of manager is putting somebody that's very strong on the administrative side of the business. Okay. All right. So the C personality says the following. It takes less time to do a thing right than to explain why you did it wrong. And that's a total C comment to say. Okay. All righty. How do you communicate with a C? This is very important, especially not only with your C staff, but with your C customers. Focus on the facts and the details. Minimize emotional language. Minimize the pep talk. Be patient, persistent, and diplomatic. Respect their preference to work independently. Don't be put off by their more detached approach. Allow time to get to know each other better to avoid misunderstanding C's. So sometimes a C personality can come across a little bit detached. Why? Because they live in the accuracy of the processes that are going on in their head. So you might all be discussing an event that is about to take place and everybody is getting excited and the C personality is thinking about, What could go wrong? Have I checked this? Has this been checked? Have we ordered enough stock? They in the back thinking about everything that needs to be in place for that event to be successful. Okay, makes sense, everyone? All right, so I'm going to show you SPA Team A. Can everybody see this? Because this is quite important now. Okay, so I want to analyze these two teams. So now it's quite important that either you unmute or that you chat in the chat box, okay? Because this really is what is important about today's session and what you take back from this session. So it's not how to put those people into those categories, because they're going to fill in those forms and they're going to be put in there. It's what do you do with the information? So let me tell you how I analyze this sheet. First of all, I'll start with my manager, okay? So let's have a look where she is. Manager is here. So she is a D primary, and here she is secondary. Okay, DC. Does that make a good manager? Can I move on? Have we hired the right person? Yes, we have. Okay. Let's move on here. Oh, I didn't put who's who in the zoo here. Okay, I'll tell you who they are. Suad and Maggie and Danielle. These three are all at front desk. Okay. So at front desk, I have D primary. Let's see where they are in secondary. I've got Danielle here in I secondary. And I've got Maggie in C secondary. And where's Suad? Oh dear, Danielle is twice. Sorry, right? Oh, here she is. So I've got Danielle and Suad is in I secondary. So they D-I, okay? And then I've got one D-C at reception. Danielle's name is here twice because she's got exactly the same amount of I's and C's. Exactly the same amount. So, who can tell me what I need to be careful of here? So, what do I need to be careful of in this situation? See if you need staff there in S primary, in front desk, or just in general, Teresa? We're talking about front desk for now. Or you're saying therapists? Yes, front desk. Nope. No. Sales and caring. Sales is I. Caring is S. Sales is I. So look here. They are D. Aha. Helen hit the nail on the head. Okay. So it's not to say there's anything wrong. And everybody, there's no wrong answers here. The reason we're doing this is so that we can learn from this. Okay. This, we need to be careful here. And I can't say this is a bad setup. There isn't. I'm going to tell you what I would change in this particular setup, right? But I'll tell you what I have to be careful of here. Correct, Gail. These three ladies have the potential to have a lot of clashing because they all want to be the boss. Okay, that's not a bad thing because it means that I've got three leaders at the front. Then look at what that's not a bad combo. Just look here. I've got two ladies that are I's in their secondary. So Teresa, there's your sales ladies. You said you wanted sales. There it is. So you've got, I would have rather them been, to be honest, IDs. ID. I first, that whole happy, welcome to my spa. I would rather have that, but I can work with DIs. I can. And then look where I've got a great strength here. Danielle has a secondary in I, and look where her other secondary lies in. C. And Maggie, by the way, which means that their attention to detail is good. We want that. Okay. So really what I'd like at my front desk, can anybody tell me what the absolute happy world front desk personality would be? Because we want happiness and sales and accuracy. They are taking bookings. Their attention to detail has to be sharp. What personalities do we want? Well done, Kellen. We want an I and a C in the ideal world, right? Are IDs okay, everybody? IDs, are they okay? Yes. DIs, are they okay? Yes, they are. Are ICs, are DCs okay? Yes, they are. All I'm saying is if you have a DC at front desk, watch out, because that person might lack that voila for when the client entrance. Okay, that whole, you want happiness when clients walk in. Remember, S is, so let me just change the S for you a little bit. The S is caring, but they're also very shy and reserved. So let the therapists handle the S work once the client's gone into the treatment room. Think about it like that. At my front desk, I don't want reserved. I want somebody caring, but our personality does care too. They do. They're just much louder and they're more energetic and the energy travels. So remember, your front desk is your first and last impression of your business. You need those eyes there. So in this particular spa, I must be honest, I would keep my eye on those three, not headbutting. And perhaps try and take their secondary personalities and boost and work on that more than I would focus on the D with them. Okay. But what does comfort me with those Ds, by the way, is to know that when my manager's not there, guess what? I've got somebody who's pretty much can sail the boat. Okay. Let's keep going. So, what can you tell me without analyzing too much? Where am I missing people here? Where's my disconnect in, sorry, not my disconnect. If I had to hire anybody else in this business, what would the personality have to be? Because where have I got huge gaps? I mean, I can see them very quick in front of me. Anybody tell me where I've got big gaps?
Não queres dizer, mas não queres dizer.
Oh, Lucia, we can hear you. There we go. Okay, so Callan's right. We need our primaries. Aha, Surieta hit it the most, and Cara. We are missing S primaries. Okay. Now, I'll tell you why I'm not too worried about having S primary. As long as my therapists have S somewhere, I am not too concerned. But here my problem is I've only got 2 S's in my entire business. So all my other therapists, let me tell you where they sit. Here's one in I secondary, Mbali. Nokwazi sits in I secondary. Ashley sits in I secondary. Princess sits in I secondary. And where do they sit in primary? Ashley. Princess in C's. And then I think I've got 1 in or 2 in D's. Good grief. Okay. So if I had to hire in this business, I'll tell you what I would do. There would be no more D's up for hire. Not a single one anymore. There would be no more C's up for hire because I've got a big C concoction there. I would be looking for I's and S's. That would be my absolute focus for this particular business. So can you see, yes, no more alphas. You're right, Cara. So can you see how if you do this in your team, and this is what I want you all to do, take D primary, D secondary, I primary, I secondary, and go and put all your team into it. And can you see at a glance, you can tell straight away, wow, look at my staff complement. Okay. So can anybody guess if I needed a good nail therapist, what would she be? What would she need to be? Or there are no hairstylists here, but if I needed a good hairstylist, where do I need them to be? Not on primary, by the way. No. No. Not on primary. No. No I, no SI. No. Okay, think about what their job is, everybody. Just think carefully. A nail tech is not a therapist. Okay, so Precious is the closest. She said C secondary. A nail tech needs to be C primary. And I'll tell you why. Nail techs, good nail techs and good hairstylists have precision. They are accurate. They follow systems. So think about it. The nail tech has to build a specific way. The nail must be shaped accurately, right? Hairstylists, they have to, I don't know what they do, but they part the hair in sections. So their job is a very accurate, specific system followed job. So often people will say to me, Flip, I can't, my nail techs are really bad. I go in, I do the personality assessment, and I can tell straight away why their nail techs are bad. They're not C personalities. And let me tell you what they hire. Do you know what they hire all the time, thinking that they're hiring good nail techs and good hairstylists? They hire I personalities. Eyes. Why? Because eyes tell a good story and they sell themselves as brilliant. Okay? But yes, they need to have some I in them, but their primary personality type. If you ever find a good C personality, a good nail tech and a good hairstylist, really good one, get them to do this test and you'll see that they come out C out top. Okay, last quick look and then we're done. Have a look at this particular SPA team. Okay, so I just want you to glance without focusing too much. How does this team look to you? How does this team look to you? So look who I've got here. Remember I said you always go to manager and front desk first. So look at my split here. My manager is now, hold on, where is she? DS. Ooh, DS. Interesting. Okay. So leader, but very caring. That's an interesting difference, right? And then I look at my front desks. I've got a DI. Okay. That could be quite good, right? Then I've got an I and secondary C. Okay, this could be brilliant. Okay. And then I've got a D secondary and C primary. This is a very accurate person with leadership skills. Interesting. And then look at where my therapists are. I've got an I primary, I've got an S, I've got quite a few S secondaries, I've got some C primaries as therapists, I secondary as therapists. So tell me what you think about this team, everybody. Can you give me anything here? Anything that I don't want to give you clues. I want you to look at this and tell me anything. Tell me what you see. I want to see if you see what I see at the second I look at it. Yes, Cara, you're right. A good mix of personalities. Is there anything that you pick up here? I'll give you one clue. With regards to the manager. It has to do with the manager. What strong support do I need to give this manager? Because she's pretty good. She's a leader and a very caring person. Means that the therapists are going to love her because she's an excellent therapist. So she's not accurate. So sort of, yeah. Okay, so I'll tell you what you need to look out for here. She needs support when it comes to admin skills. Remember I said to you, C's are strong administrators. Does this mean that this manager is not good? No, this means this manager is brilliant, but her admin is shocking, bottom line. So who do I put as her support when it comes to emails and stock takes and her front desk team. So I need to go and I need to see, right, do I have enough C's at front desk to support this manager? Have a look at that and tell me yes or no. Do I have enough C personalities at my front desk? I do, right? Because look here, I've got C primary as Maggie, and I've got a C secondary as Danielle. So I've got 2 C's to support my manager, correct? So I think if you had to look at this, which team would you say is stronger in terms of personality splits and supports to each other? The first one or the second one? Who would you say? First, team A or team B? Which one is a better, stronger team in your opinion? Where I have, well done, team B, guys, team B. Okay, so Precious and Cara, okay, I'd like to hear your opinions why. Why do you think, Cara and Precious, that team A is a stronger team to team B? And so hold on, maybe I wasn't asking correctly. Not stronger. I was saying a team running the business if the manager or owner is away. Okay, so team A, yes, Cara. However, I have a lot more headbutting going on in team A, a lot more than in team B. So let's just quickly look at this, because I think you all might be looking at team A, only who's in primary. Look here. This is a headbutting team. If you go to the second team, I've still got 3 Ds. Look here, but they spread out. Okay. Then I've got, which is what I need. When my manager's away, look, I've still got 2 front desks here that are Ds. Then I need to look at my Cs, because that's very important in running my business, is accuracy, not just leaders. I need to know, are the bookings being done right? Are the follow-up emails? So all the systems are C-driven things. Is that being done? I've got good C support here. Look, I've got Maggie and I've got Danielle. I've got good C support. Okay. So everybody, in my opinion, and because I actually am involved in running both of these businesses, I can tell you from working with exactly these 2 teams that team B is my stronger team. It is far less conflict in team B, far less. I have a lot of support because I have people to run the ship when the manager's not there, but I've still got that accuracy element in it. And by the way, my therapist team is far more, I've got a lot more eyes here, a lot stronger in retail than I had in team A. Okay, so I hope that I've helped a little bit today when it comes to, and I'm glad that you disagreed and you, Cara, I can't wait to do my team. I'm glad that you disagreed with me and you said team A, because it gave me the opportunity to explain to you why team B works much better. If any of you need me to help you analyze your teams, please send me the summaries, okay? Because I can do it from a glance. I just need who is in what position. So please don't send it to me like this, because here I know who's who in this business. I need you to tell me, this one is a therapist, this one is a nail tech, this one is a receptionist, this one is a stock counter or procurement manager or whatever. And this one is my manager. And I am very happy to give you a glance and say to you, right, if you need to hire, this is where you're missing. If you need stronger retailers, this is what I put in. This is where your gaps are. Be careful. Also, when I look at this, because I work with these teams all the time, I can tell you what to be careful of in your current team that you have. Okay. So I really hope this has helped. Please, everybody, you can't really change the teams that you have right now, because that is not in your control. Yes, send it to me, Suriata, with pleasure. What you have in your control, everybody, my last words of pleading with you. You have in your control who you hire next. Please don't make the mistakes that everybody makes. And that is of not sticking to where this graph tells you to stick to. This is a science here. This is not just willy-nilly. If your graph looks like this, you know clear as daylight where you need to hire here. Please don't make the mistake because you meet somebody and you love them so much, but they are a C personality, to put them in there by mistake because you love them. Go with the science and hire like that on your next hire. Okay, because now you can't control what you have, but you can control what you're going to get in the future. Makes sense, everybody? Okay, so I hope that has helped you. Thank you so much for these beautiful words. Can I ask you all for 1 second to put your camera on? I'd love to take a photograph of everybody. And thank you, everybody. I really hope this has helped you. Keep those beautiful comments coming. I love it. It's so cool. I'm going to take a picture of them. Love it, love it. Oh my word, I've got Mark listening to me today. Hello, Marky. Hello. Amazing. That's our little D personality right there, everybody. I know that little champ. He's a D if there ever was one. Okay, can I see all your beautiful faces? Oh la la, look at Piliswa's glasses. My gosh, they're gorgeous. Wow. Okay, right. Are you ready, everybody? I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's let Cara in. Sorry, hold on. She also wants to come in to take her pic. Cara, we're taking a pic with you, darling. I held that photo so we can get you in. Okay, everybody, beautiful faces. Come on, come on. Cara, are you showing us your... There she is. There she is. Okay, guys. 1, 2. And smile. Done. Oh, thank you, everyone. I hope that helped you all make your wise decisions. Please, everybody, feel free to send me your summaries. You know my emails. I'm an email away. Send me your summaries of your team, and I can help guide you on where... I'll just send you a summary back. I do this so much that I can actually just look at your summary and tell you what's missing and what you need to be careful of. Okay. Right. Love you all lots. Go and make magic in your businesses. Teresa, you need to get some rest, my darling. Shame, you look finished. Well done for attending, though, and battling through this. Well done. Bye, Marky. Te quiero mucho. Cheers, everyone.
Adiós.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ok, ¿tú también quieres? Uy, 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 espera, espera. Wait.
Hola. Hello. ¿Cómo estás?
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Dinosaur.
Goodbye.
Me encanta el dinosaur. Ciao, friend. Bye, everybody.